Well, 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 it is indeed now a new era in WWE. For those who have been living under a rock for the last several days, Vince McMahon has now retired. He is no longer in charge of WWE. He's retired. He's no longer the CEO. He's gone completely. We will never see him again. Triple H is now head of talent relations, and Stephanie McMahon and Nick Khan are now in control as CEOs. Now, I know I didn't do Monday Night Raw. Oh, sorry, SmackDown, sorry. I know I didn't do SmackDown. I just didn't feel it, but I wanted to see how it all went with Monday Night Raw. So I honestly thought this episode of Monday Night Raw was very fun, very enjoyable, outside of a few things, which you will know when I get to it. So first we start things off, and first things first, we're going to be starting things off here with Logan Paul and The Miz having a little bit of a brawl at the start. Didn't really care too much for this. I don't like Logan Paul, and I don't like The Miz. So, yeah, there's that. And we'll be seeing more of them later on. Then we had Theory confronting Roman Reigns, and then he gets in their faces telling them how he's going to cash in Money in the Bank. And then Roman tells Austin Theory that his daddy is no longer around, basically referencing Vince McMahon, saying that your daddy ain't here anymore, which I thought that was the most funniest thing I've ever heard. And I find it funny that fans are now cheering Roman Reigns, buying all of his merch and putting their fingers up. We the ones, you know? Everyone couldn't stand him in 2015, 2016, 2017, 2018, 2019. But ever since his heel turn into the tribal chief character, everybody's been loving him. Funny how that works, huh? Funny how that works. And I know I have a lot of people telling me that the fans are probably sick and tired of Roman Reigns as the Universal Champion and the Bloodline as a whole, but considering how the fans are cheering them, it clearly tells me that the fans are not sick of them at all. Now, yeah, I am, and I'm sick of them, and I'm ready for new champions, but you know WWE is going to listen to their audience, is going to listen to their audience. And with Roman Reigns being the top merchandise seller, why would you? Why would you end his push? He's the face of the company. He's the face of the company. They never stop pushing the face of the company. But yeah. Theory, then the whole first hour was dedicated to Theory as he got his butt kicked by Drew McIntyre, but this match ended by disqualification when the Brawling Brutes came out. I find it very ironic that Corey Graves had a little whinge that Drew McIntyre was on Raw because he's a SmackDown guy, but yet he didn't say anything when it came to the Brawling Brutes. I find that very, very hilarious. So after that DQ, we had Bobby Lashley came to Drew's rescue. We had Bobby Lashley and Drew McIntyre face Theory and Sheamus. Lashley and McIntyre got the win thanks to Dolph Ziggler interfering and costing Theory the match. 3 straight weeks, Austin Theory has been screwed by Dolph Ziggler. You know, I find Dolph Ziggler I still kind of like Dolph Ziggler, not as much as I used to, but he's a good wrestler, and I actually, you know, appreciate that he's actually doing this for people that don't like Theory. It's so good. We had Rey Mysterio celebrating his 20th anniversary. A lot of people were very confident that this was going to be the episode where Dominic Mysterio was going to turn on Rey. I, for one, didn't think this. I just thought to myself, you know, if they're going to turn Dominic heel, they would have done it by now. But more importantly, Dominic Mysterio's kind of become the new Dean Ambrose. Now, what do I mean by that? Why some of you may be asking. Well, because I remember how many times people wanted Dean Ambrose to turn heel and it never happened. But But, you know, yeah, it's kind of a stupid example, but Dominic's just not going to turn heel. I just can't see a Mysterio ever turning heel. If your last name is Mysterio, I feel you're never going to turn heel. Now, it would be cool to see Dominic turn heel, but it's just not going to. I didn't think Dominic was going to turn heel tonight. And also, another thing I want to mention here, I knew Rey and Dominic were going to win tonight. They defeated the Judgment Day in a tag team match, Damien Priest and Finn Balor. I knew Rey and Dominic were going to win this match. I didn't think for 1 second Judgment Day were going to win. They were not going to have Rey Mysterio lose on his 20th anniversary. It would have been too disrespectful to the legacy of Rey Mysterio to have him lose on his 20th anniversary. Possibly the most exciting thing out of this whole thing with the whole Mysterios and Judgment Day segment was the return of Rhea Ripley and Aaliyah Mysterio confronting Rhea Ripley. Now, you guys know I actually like Aaliyah. We haven't seen Aaliyah since her angle with Buddy Murphy, because you know Buddy Murphy's gone from the company now. But yeah, we haven't seen her since the whole angle with Buddy Murphy. And I like Aaliyah. I enjoyed her angle with Buddy Murphy. I want to see her more. I hope she becomes a wrestler. I hope this leads to her wrestling Rhea Ripley. But I don't see it. I just think this is just going to be a little one and done. This is just going to be a little one and done scuffle between Aaliyah and Rhea, and we're not going to see Aaliyah again. But I do hope we see Aaliyah more. We had Bianca Belair and Becky Lynch have a little war of words with each other, and it went down, and then it became a brawl between two ladies. I'm just over this. I'm just over this whole feud. This should have been over with after WrestleMania. When Bianca Belair won at WrestleMania, that should have been it for Becky Lynch. That should have been it. But no, we still had to see more Becky Lynch versus Bianca Belair. I never want to see Becky Lynch and I do never want to see Becky Lynch versus Bianca Belair again after this match at SummerSlam. Okay, let's get to the nitty gritty here. I'm gonna try not to raise my voice, but we had Alexa Bliss. She came out and she has now made her intentions known to become Raw Women's Champion. And I'm just gonna point this out right now, Miss Bliss, Miss Piss, and all of her little piss fits that have a little whinge, because last week she became 24/7 champion and everyone was tweeting, "Yeah, how dare they do this to Alexa Bliss, man? How could they disrespect her like this? Alexa Bliss deserves better. She deserves more than the 24/7 title. How could they do her like this?" You know, all of her little fans having a little cry, having a little whinge that she won the 24/7 title. "Oh, this doesn't count. This doesn't count as her first title in 4 years. I hate this company, man. How could they do this?" All her little fans having a little whinge and cry because she won the 24/7 title. Friggin' Becky Lynch was in the 24/7 title nonsense not too long ago, and she's still in the friggin' title contention for the Raw Women's Championship. This is why I cannot stand Alexa Bliss anymore. Her and her little fans are a bunch of little crybabies, and WWE decide to bend the knee. WWE decide to bend the knee and give Alexa Bliss the next title shot following Bianca versus Becky Lynch. Nah. Not on my watch. Not on my watch. The next person in line should be Rhea Ripley, because Rhea Ripley never got her match at Money in the Bank. She never got her match at Money in the Bank. It should be Rhea Ripley. It should be Bianca Belair versus Rhea Ripley at the Clash of the Castle, and Rhea Ripley wins the Raw Women's Championship. Alexa Bliss does not deserve a title shot. Her little fans don't deserve anything good for Alexa Bliss until they stop complaining and be patient. Her little fan base are a bunch of little sooks. No wonder why Alexa Bliss has been winning, because they're clearly building her up to win the title again. And I swear to God, people complain about Charlotte Flair. People complain about Charlotte Flair. Charlotte Flair's always in the title picture, man. So sick of her being champion. People are sick of her being champion, but Alexa Bliss wins 7 titles and hasn't been in the title picture for 4 years. Everybody says she deserves better. Give me a break. Alexa Bliss doesn't deserve better. Alexa Bliss should be losing to women like Doudrop. She should be losing. Making Doudrop look like a beast. Making Doudrop look like a monster. But no, she's making her look like a chump. She doesn't sell for her. She doesn't make her look dominant. She makes her look like a complete utter chump. Nia Jax was booked better than this. At least Nia Jax was protected. And I don't like Nia Jax, but Jesus Christ, Nia Jax was way more protected than Doudrop. Why can't Doudrop be booked like Nia? Big, powerful, intimidating woman that is hard to stop. But no, Doudrop is like a little cream puff. She's like a little cream puff. You can beat her easily. Give me a break. This is downright ridiculous. Alexa Bliss does not deserve a title shot. I don't care. Rhea Ripley should be next in line for the title because she never got her opportunity. But no, cater to your little Alexa Bliss fans. Make them happy. Make them happy. Give me a break. Maurice returned. Whoopee. Yay. Who gives a shit? Who cares? Maurice came back. She helped Miz and Tommaso Ciampa take down Logan Paul. Yay. It's all pop for Maurice. Maurice will bugger off and will bugger off again very soon after this, so don't get excited. I don't care about Maurice anymore. She's just gonna... I'm sorry. She's always... The only time we'll ever see her again is if she's with The Miz. She's not... She's never gonna feud on her own. She is forever stuck with The Miz. Then we had AJ Styles and Dolph Ziggler take on the Shush Academy. Chad Gable and Otis. Chad Gable is so funny, so entertaining with his shushes and his thank yous. He's so funny. But in the end, AJ Styles and Dolph Ziggler got the win because of course they did, because the Alpha Academy are treated like jobbers now. And then in our main event, we had the Bloodline take on Riddle and the Street Profits. The Bloodline got the win. But one of the big noticeable things here was that Montez Ford was actually busted open. He had blood on his face, which I will say looked really cool. We're getting closer and closer to TV 14. But yeah, the Bloodline got the win. Roman Reigns pinned Riddle because that dickhead Riddle tried to do the RKO. Seriously, I am so done with Riddle doing Randy Orton's moves. I'm so done with it. And then following Roman's victory, Seth Rollins came out, went face to face with Roman Reigns, and then he proceeded to beat the crap out of Riddle. And yeah, that is pretty much Monday Night Raw in a nutshell. I definitely did enjoy this episode. I definitely had a lot more fun with this episode. Outside of the few things I didn't really like, but, you know, I personally did enjoy the show. If you guys did enjoy this review, hit that thumbs up, comment your thoughts and opinions down below, and I will see you all next time.